another Table Talk Thursday. And originally I had something else recorded and ready to put up, but I decided to change it because, well, the Cubs won the World Series, and I am a huge Cubs fan. Any Chicago sports team, that's normally my team, because my dad comes from Chicago, and he grew up there, so whenever we watch sports together, it's always Chicago, whether it be the Blackhawks, the Bears, the Bulls, the Cubs. We always root for Chicago, and I want to talk about a concept in sports that I honestly do believe in, and that's sports curses. And I'm going to focus on two big ones that come in baseball. The first that was broken last night is the Cubs curse, known as the curse of the Billy Goat. Now, last time the Cubs won the World Series is in 1908, and people over the years have done the statistics to see if the Cubs should have won again, and the answer's always been yes, the Cubs should have won again. So what's the Billy Goat curse, and how did it affect the Cubs? Well, this is actually activated in 1945 when the Cubs were facing the... I don't even remember, I forgot to write down who it was, but they were in the World Series in 1945. And the owner of the Billy Goat Tavern, William Sowell, comes into the Cubs Wrigley Field. By the way, Wrigley Field is the original Wrigley Field, so it's the same field they played in the early 1900s. So in 1908, they played in that Wrigley Field. 1945, you have William Sain come into Wrigley Field with his pet goat. And when the Cubs refused to allow him to stay with his goat because people were complaining about people bringing in animals as mascots, they kicked him out and Sal says, them Cubs ain't gonna win no more. And that's 1945. And the Cubs have had really good teams over the years, but they always seem to fall short. So a lot of fans believed it was a Billy Goat curse. So what people have done over the years, they've tried to bring Billy Goats into Wrigley Field to have them walk around and maybe lift the curse. They've tried crazy things to get this curse to go away, and I honestly believe in it because I can remember the heartbreak growing up of just watching the Cubs get to that great level and then plummet. I went to games where Moises Alou was still playing for the Cubs, and I can remember watching him and being awed by him just to see the Cubs somehow mess up and lose. And it just killed me all the time. I was so excited last night when I found out they won. I had gotten frustrated and turned off the game actually when the Indians tied, and then I turned it back on to watch a little bit more, and then they tied again, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. So I went to bed. So I didn't see the end of the game, and I wish I did. I watched reruns of it, but oh my God, is this exciting for me. Now, I honestly believe the Billy Goat curse did affect the Cubs until this point, and I don't know what the Cubs management did or what, but the curse was finally broken last night. Now, the other curse I want to focus on deals with the Red Sox. This is called the Curse of the Bambino. Now, if you guys don't know who the Bambino is, that's Babe Ruth. It was activated in 1918 when Babe Ruth was traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees, and he did not want to go. He really did not want to go, so he said that the Red Sox would never win without him again. So people over the years have tried to break that curse as well, and it was broken in 2004. What's really interesting about these two curses that have been broken is the general manager, and I can't remember his name, of the Cubs now. He's the one who was the manager of the Red Sox at the time. So he not only defeated two of baseball's biggest curses, but he brought an end to both of them in these two cities that have been starving for the series to win, to have that ultimate trophy, to have that moment. Now, there's other teams you can argue that are also cursed. I mean, one of them that comes to mind is the Rays. Before the Rays were the Rays, they were known as the Tampa Devil Rays. Well, the year after they took Devil out of their name, they ended up winning the World Series. So I do believe that there's some sort of curse and weird things that happen in sports, but it could also be that there's this mental component when you come into these franchises where you hear about these curses and all of a sudden you believe that you're going to fail. And it may be something like that with the players. Now, another curse that's pretty famous is the curse of the Heisman. Now, I do have a great uncle who won that Heisman. He played for Notre Dame, and the Heisman is a very unique curse because this curse says that if you win the Heisman in college, you're not going to do well in the NFL. Well, there are some players who've won the Heisman and have done amazing in the NFL, and others who have completely wrecked. Like O.J. Simpson, for example, and the Browns quarterback, the one from Texas A&M. What is his name? I can't remember, but if you guys know his name, put it in the comments down below. But there are amazing players like Jameis Winston and Cam Newton who both won the Heisman, and they've gone on to have great careers. Now, the curse of the Heisman kind of started around the time that Ernie Davis wins it, because he wins a Heisman, and then the next year, he's drafted by the Browns and ends up dying of leukemia, where it was like so sudden of his death. That's where people started to believe in the curse of the Heisman. Now, I want to know, do you guys believe in curses on sports teams? What are your thoughts on this topic? Why don't you guys give me some suggestions? I'd love to hear what you want to know about and what you wanted me to discuss. See you guys next week. Bye. Oh, before I forget to mention, my mic actually broke, so there will be no red playthrough this week. I have to order a new mic. So, yeah, sorry about that. And Insurgents will be starting next week because I should have a mic to record. Bye.